What's going on, everyone? My name's Mitch Robs and welcome to Canny Valley Endurance. So today we're going to be covering Storm Shield South. So Storm Shield South's pretty simple, right? It's just going to be the south side of Storm Shield, and I'll take you guys there on the location in the build guide. But we're going to have a simple tunnel for this, right? It's going to be a damage-based tunnel, but we're going to do some cool things. Like, actually, this new CC change thing really, allowed me to filter out the husks almost with this, right? And we'll get into that in a little bit, right? But yeah, it's going to be that simple damage tunnel. We're going to have some drop traps lining the pathway of the husks, and then we're going to lead them into a damage tunnel. Now, Storm Shield gets hit on wave 1 guaranteed, right? You can get hit from the west or the south. And I think there's a weird spawn, right? If you don't have sinkhole amplifier, it can get hit from the north. Not entirely sure. Don't know, but I would have to ask you guys in the comment section. But yeah, so Storm Shield South. So it has 50% chance to get hit wave 1. So a lot of people just kind of shrug this off, but you can actually get hit with all the random waves except for wave 30. I don't think I've ever gotten hit wave 30 on it. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But, so, you kind of have to prepare for that, right? Because if you fail wave 11, even though that's Taker wave, I don't think you could fail wave 11, right? With a shitty build, well, there's your run, right? So we kind of have to prepare for wave 26. So that's how it's built. So, it's not going to utilize any weird mechanics, right? We're just going to use damage traps, simple enough. So remember, if you guys like this video, leave a like on the video and tell me if you guys like the amplifier or not. It's pretty simple and it's pretty similar to my last design. It's just modified to work with the new crowd control changes. I'm sure the rest of the amplifiers will be different. You guys will see that. As well as consider subscribing to my channel and commenting down below which amplifier you guys would like next. I'm currently considering doing flex amp, right? I'm not guaranteeing anything just yet. But I'm working my way up on Lion's alt account, right? And you'll see those Plankerton SSD videos and the Stonewood SSD videos. That's because we're going through every single SSD in the entire game to get to that point where we have different amp setups and stuff like that. So if you guys want to stick around, hit the subscribe button and we'll get there. As well as we have Endurance Lounge and my Discord. Join both of them. The links are going to be in the description. They have good endurance communities and you guys will learn a lot from both of them. I'm personally a part of both of them and it's helped me tremendously with figuring out what's good in this game, and I made really good friends from them. So check it out. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about the traps. So the amount of traps that we're actually going to use is going to be 45, I want to believe. So 45 different traps are going to be using this, and it's going to take 127 structures, right? So it's going to be 7,620 metal. So it's going to be relatively cheap, right? It's going to be 170 builds in total for this side. If you think about it, right, you have 5 amplifiers for Canny Valley Endurance, including home base. So you can only get hit from 10 directions. So around 300 structures per amplifier is what you're going to find. And some of the builds you can make really cheap because the natural pathing is so good. So we're going to use 170 of them on this direction. And this includes the build around the amplifier, so we won't have to do that for home base west. So the traps that we're actually going to use. We're going to use a sound wall. This is going to be an all durability, 1 reload one, and there's only going to be 1 of those. We're going to use 2 sound walls. These are going to be all durability and 2 reload speed. Now, this is where you guys will probably hate me, and this is where I suggest joining Lounge or joining my Discord, because there's a lot of crafters on there. We're going to be using a lot of different types of sound walls, and I know a lot of people didn't even think to do this. I mean, there's people that do this, like Nacho_SP. I think he really showcased this a lot, but we're going to be using different rainbow colored sound walls, right? So this next sound wall is 1 blue reload, 1 legendary reload, and all the rest is durability. So you'll find that scattered throughout this. We have our drop traps. They're all durability, 2 reload, and there's 8 of them. We have 2 wall darts. These are going to be crit rating, crit damage, reload speed, and durability. We're going to have 10 more wall darts, and these are going to be crit rating, double crit damage, durability. We're going to have a wall dynamo. It's going to be crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability, and there's going to be 2 of those. We're going to have 6 wall dynamos with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. We're going to have 2 gas traps with crit rating, double crit damage, effect duration. We're going to have 2 wooden floor spikes with 2 crit rating, double crit damage, and heals bills attached. Honestly, the heals bills attached is pretty important because if a propane does go boom, they're going to heal back up, and I just like to get the consistent damage out of it. As well as we have a ceiling electric field. This is going to be crit rating, double crit damage, durability, and there's going to be 3 of those. We're going to have 3 ceiling zappers with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. And we're going to have 3 retractable floor spikes with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. So let's get on to the building tutorial. Those are going to be all the traps, and if you need help, remember, go join those discords and be nice and respectful to the people that are crafting for you. Sometimes they won't have what you need, but genuinely, that's going to be your best bet, right? Because not everybody owns 7's wall launcher or sound wall schematics like I do. But anyways, let's get on to the builds. Welcome to Canny Valley Endurance, guys. This is a long-awaited update since my last Canny Valley Endurance. I've learned so much more, and I've learned a lot of new techniques. There's been different changes to the game. There's been a bunch of different things. So for this Canny Valley Endurance, I decided to go all out, right? We're going to be taking into account a bunch of efficiency, so how much damage you can compact into one area. But not only that, taking into account like what husks can make it where, and what traps will affect them, and finding out the best ways to kill the husks off, or to stall them, or do whatever, right? So we're gonna focus on home base south today, right? And Storm Shield South is not very hard of an amplifier because it doesn't get hit very often, right? So you can use traps that run out of durability pretty quickly. The only weird thing with Storm Shield South is if you skimp on it, you can get hit by those later waves. Like, you can get hit by like wave 11, wave 16, wave 21, wave 26. You can get hit with all of those random waves. So if you skimp on it, you're gonna end up pretty screwed in an endurance, right? So let's actually build it. Let's see what I've come up with, right? And it's gonna be very similar to my last home base build. Granted, honestly, I don't even remember the one from the last video. I probably should have watched it before this. But it's going to feature a similar path, right? Where instead of like going up this left side or like this ugly terrain, we want to bring them up this right side over here, right? And they're going to walk here and then straight to the amplifier, okay? So let's go over the spawns. They're going to spawn all the way over here. Like, what the fuck is that spawn? They're going to spawn all the way over here, all the way across here, all the way down here in this little pit area. And I think there's a tentacle up here, right? So they spawn across a pretty big area, and there's not a lot of space to build in this area, right? So I found it's best to bring them up this right side, up this natural terrain, and then cut them off because you have the most chances to build there, all right? So let's talk about pathway. So our pathing of our tunnel is basically going to be, we're going to come up to this top of this hill. We're going to place 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floors, cut left 1 tile, and then go forward a tile, right? So the husks are going to walk from down here, they're going to walk up, they're going to come up here, they're going to hit a bunch of damage traps, and then they're going to walk towards the amplifier, all right? Now, you might think, man, you can't really block this area off really well. So that's one of those things that we're going to have to do in terms of pathing, is we're going to have to get the husks to walk from all the way over here, all the way up into over here. So we're actually going to start off with that, right? We're going to start off with blocking that off, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to find this end of the ramp, and we're going to place a wall right here, okay? We're going to place a floor underneath it, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Well, 4 floors, but I started counting once I placed the second one. So 4 floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Each of these is going to get a cone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, remember to upgrade these to tier 3. I'm not going to do this like I do for my beginner guides where I tell you guys to upgrade as we go. But don't forget to upgrade tier 3 to everything. I think it truly matters. Now, I say I think because I haven't put in the proper testing, and I've seen some weird shit with like wooden twine bases pathing them pretty far. So, not entirely sure, but I'm going to say for this build, tier 3 everything, right? And it's going to help against propanes. And we're going to just encircle each of these cones in with walls. All right? And now, this is solely for the purpose of all of these husks down here. We don't want to walk up this slopey terrain because we would have to use more coverage and more traps. So we want them to walk along this and walk this way. So that's how we're going to accomplish it. We're then going to come right here. We're going to place a wall. This is going to have a sound wall on it later. We're going to have a wall here, here. All right. We're going to have a edited low wall here, a wall here, edited low wall right here. There will be a wall here later, but we can't connect it just yet, just because how it is. So we're actually going to place a wall here and then a wall here. All right. So, I mean, you guys can kind of see where this is going if you've played the game and you played it at a high level. Of course, there's probably going to be wall darts, dynamos, and stuff right there. You guys know the works. We're then going to come right here. We're going to have our low wall back again. We're going to place a low wall. Okay. We're then going to place a couple more low walls, actually, because why not? They're not going to try to path to this right side, so we can get as maximum damage as possible out of it. So low wall, low wall, low wall. Okay. We're then going to place a full wall here, right? And this is going to serve as a little bit of block off, right? You don't want them to path this current way. Puppy dog, you can't be doing that. So we're going to walk them this way, okay? So we're going to have that full wall there. So now that we have that, so I'm building the structure for you guys first so that you guys don't complain about, like, you guys always like to build the structures first. I don't really know why. Just trap it out as you go, but whatever. So we're then going to place a wall here, a wall here. We're going to place wall, 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 and a wall here. Behind this wall, we're going to place a cone facing the southwest and then walls around it, solely so I don't forget about that later, because I guarantee I would forget about that, and that just serves as block off right there. Okay? So they're going to keep pathing along here, right? They're going to get hit by all these damaging traps. There's going to be a wall here. We're going to continue through the tunnel. There's going to be a low wall right here, or just a regular wall right here, and then a low wall. All right? So now that we have that, we're going to place a wall here and here. So these are both going to have wall darts on them eventually. And we don't have a low wall here like we normally would for a wall dart here. Because we don't want to connect our tunnel to the amplifier, as things get weird with smashers if you do that. So we're going to try to disconnect our tunnels from our amplifier. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at this monitor in the northwest corner, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3 walls. 1, 2, 3 walls. And 1, 2, 3 walls, okay? And you'll see this little piece sticks out off of it so that we can have those wall darts on there and not have our builds connected to the amplifier. All right? And we're going to cover this all in ceilings. So we're going to come to right here where this wall is at the front of our tunnel. There's going to be ceiling, 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 ceiling. So over top of these little boxes, over top of this box, a ceiling and a ceiling. And what this is going to do is we're going to place traps on those. So once we have that, we're going to next start on our block off, right? And we're going to come all the way over here to our northwest side, or our southwest side. We're going to come right here to where all this rigid terrain is. And we're going to start here. We're going to place a floor down. We're going to surround this floor and walls. And we're going to have a cone facing the southeast, right? And this is just at this corner piece so they can't walk up it. We're then going to have a floor here. So right where this particular like diagonal to this little corner piece, we're going to have a cone on it. We're going to go over a tile, floor, cone, cone. And we're going to go over to this tile too, and this is going to have a floor and a cone. All right. We're then going to surround this cone in walls. So this one over right here in walls. And surround these two in walls, but not in between it right here. So you don't really need this wall. Okay? And that's, believe it or not, all the block off we're going to need for this build. And it's really not that much. And I'll get you guys an overview of it real quick in case I, like, did something funky right there and I just didn't realize it. But we have an edited cone facing the southeast right there. Regular cone and floor. Regular cone and floor. Regular cone and floor surrounded in walls. regular cone and floor. So that's our block off right there. All right. Now we're gonna start placing traps. Actually, we probably have to showcase this little design too. Okay. So now we're gonna come to right here where we placed our first ceiling tile. It's gonna be connected to this wall. We're then going to trace the path of the husks, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, with the design of this tunnel, it's just a straight up damage build, and there's a little bit of stall into it for the regular husks, but they die to the stall traps anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start trapping it. We've basically done the outline of the build except for the Lobber shield, and we're going to save the Lobber shield for last because it's complex and I hate doing it first. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here. We're going to take out our ceiling drop traps. So these are going to be all durability and 2 reload. I believe we need 8 of them. So we're going to place that right here. And when you're placing these, the direction matters. I have a video of that. I'm not going to link it. I'm lazy. I'm going to forget to link it. So what you guys need to do is just go look it up on my channel. But basically, there's a directionality component to these drop traps. And they will move husks in the direction you place them. So say I look up right here, say I'm looking towards the east, and I look directly up, you'll see the muffler in the top left-hand corner of the tile. That muffler will point in the direction that the husks will go. So the husks will be pushed behind me. So we're gonna place 1, 2, 3, 4 in that direction. So all of these are pushing the husks towards the west. Then we're gonna get to this tile right here, and we're gonna have it pushing towards the south. So we're gonna look towards our home base. We're gonna look up, and then we're gonna place 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So not too complex, I don't think. If I lost you, pause the video, go back. It's not that big of a deal. But we're then gonna come over here, right? So that concludes like kind of a spawn trap. I don't really consider it too much of a spawn trap because the spawns are out here, and this is just their natural pathing that we're killing them on. But that concludes like the little bit of spawn trapping we have. Next, we're gonna find sound walls. We have an all durability 1 reload. You guys will find in this series that I use a lot of different sound walls. And why is that? Because propane is your #1 enemy. Propane and smashers are gonna kill your endurance build. Simple enough. So we're gonna mitigate that as much as possible. So this is gonna be an all durability 1 reload speed sound wall. Why 1 reload speed? Because it's near spawn, and it's gonna get used a lot, and we don't want the durability running out of this too quickly. So we're gonna take less uses on it in a shorter amount of time, or in a longer amount of time, and we're gonna have it stay up. All right. The next one we're gonna use is actually an all durability 2 reload speed. So those should be pretty normal traps. I say normal. You might not have this, but you might. So this is gonna be an all durability 2 reload speed. And we just want that faster sound wall protection, right? Because these ceiling drop traps are actually going to pin all the husks right here, right? They're going to be pinned right here, and most of them are going to die. The only ones that are really going to survive it are the Riot Huskies and the Smashers, and maybe some Husky husks later on, and Propanes, in like later waves. But pretty much everything's going to die right here, and the bigger things are going to get through this way. And that can include Propanes, and that's why we have such heavy sound walling. All right, we're then going to take a sound wall. Now, don't kill me. This is the best way to do it. Kill Nacho. Nacho was the one who really, I think, modernized this method. But we're going to use a blue reload speed. So one of them is blue and one of them is legendary reload speed. And the rest is durability. What this is going to allow us to do is this is going to go off, and it's going to be on a different reload speed time than this one. So once they're initially activated, these are going to start going off at different times, and different husks are going to get hit by them. So the husk that triggers this might not get hit by this one, and the husks that might miss this one might get hit by this. So you'll see this a lot, the stagger sound walls. We're then just going to place an all durability 2 reload speed sound wall, because I don't want you guys to hate me too much yet. All right? So next we're going to be going right up here. So I'm pretty confident, right, that the sound walls are going to be good enough for the propane at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our wooden floor spikes. I'm just going to have these double crit rating, double crit damage for that consistent damage output, because believe it or not, these do a little bit of damage. And if we're critting for 17,000 damage like it says over there, that's not bad. So we're going to place 1 right here, all right? We're then going to take a reload speed wall dynamo. So if we go find it, crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability, and we're going to place it here. We're also going to place one right here as well. And remember the little staggered reload times that I was talking about here? We're going to use that pretty heavily throughout this endurance, as it's going to ensure that all the husks pretty much die and don't get leakages. So next we're going to find our crit rating, crit damage, crit rating, crit damage, or damage, crit rating, crit damage, durability, this one on the screen. And we're going to place it on these 2 slots. All right. So once these go off initially, they're going to be on different reload timers and they'll hit different husks. And we're going to do the same exact thing with the wall darts. So we have crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability. We're going to have here. And we're going to have it here. Okay. And we're also going to have the same rolls that we just had on the wall dynamos, opposite of it. So damage, crit rating, crit damage, durability, right? And this is solely just for getting the husks like consistently, right? Because we can have a lot of burst damage here, but if this activates for a small husk and then the smasher walks up and he can just walk through here, that's really shitty. So we don't want that. Okay. So the next thing that we're gonna really do that's gonna be different is I want the husks to path on this right side, right? Why? Because we can actually put ceiling electric fields over here, and we'll get those ceiling electric fields right now. So crit rating, crit damage, crit damage, durability. We're gonna place them here. We're gonna get the husks to path on this right side so they can get hit by those and add a little bit more extra damage. So we're going to edit this into a low wall right here. So an edited low wall, and we want this low little one instead of this one because wall darts can shoot over the low one. So we're going to have that, and we're going to have 2 of these right here. And that's just so that the husks walk on this right side and can get by the ceiling electric field. We're going to go to the first tile, the tunnel again, because I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. And we're going to have crit rating, crit damage, crit damage, effect duration, gas trap right here. Orientation really doesn't matter too much on these unless you have weird circumstances where you have like an edited ramp like this. That's really the only difference we found for ceiling gas traps. But we're also going to place the ceiling gas trap right here. We're then going to place our wooden floor spikes here, the same ones that we used earlier, the double crit rating, double crit damage, heals, builds attach in case something goes boom. God damn it, I placed it in the wrong spot. Let's break that real quick. Don't place that one. I know you probably placed it. Don't kill me. All right, so we placed that one. We're then going to keep going further into our tunnel. We're going to find our retractable floor spikes. These are just going to be the heavy hitting ones. Highest damage possible. It's going to be damage, crit rating, crit damage, durability. We're going to place it here, here, and here. Okay? The next one we're going to place is we're going to come right to here. We're going to place our heavy hitting wall dynamos, heavy hitting wall dynamo, and heavy hitting wall dynamo. So now that we place those wall dynamos, we're also going to place one right here. So we're going to take that same wall dynamo out, the crit damage, crit rating, crit damage, damage durability, and we're going to place it right here. Okay? So now that we have that, we're going to place our wall dynamos. Or wall darts. These are going to be the heavy hitting ones. We're going to place one right here, so off to the right. We're going to place one right here, here. On this wall, so the one's connected to the amplifier. We're going to come to our retractable floor spike. We're going to look at home base. We're going to place one here, here, and here, right? And wall darts are my favorite trap at the moment because they absolutely shit on everything. They're literally just going to nuke down everything, and each individual dart does the damage listed, so you can get huge damage numbers against smashers. So it'll kill the majority of the smashers easily, usually with like 1 or 2 darts. So we're also going to place a ceiling electric field here, the same roll that we've been using. We're going to place that here. All right. We're then going to place a ceiling zapper. The ceiling zapper is just going to be your typical high damage roll one. If it crits, it's going to basically just one-shot anything, even the smashers. So that's why we're going to have them. And we're going to have those on those 3, right? And that should be all the trapping in this amplifier, right? It's not that much trapping. I think it's like 45 traps, which actually can be quite expensive for like a new player. But if you're a seasoned veteran, you should have that much, pretty much on hand. You just might have trouble with the rolls. So now that we have that, we're going to work on our Lobber shield. And I get that the last video series I did, I changed this Lobber shield up probably midway through the series, and I just never updated it for you guys. So sorry about that one, but we're gonna roll with it now. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it. So this is gonna be 1. Let me edit it 2. 3 high, right? So we're gonna start right here at this corner piece, and we're gonna go 3 high towards the south. We're gonna go over 1 tile, and we're gonna go 3 up. We're gonna go over 1 tile, we're gonna go 3 up. Over 1 tile, we're gonna go 3 up. We honestly don't even need it right here, but I just placed it anyway. But we're gonna go 3 up for on top of this. 3 up right here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna have 1 piece right here because a flinger can throw right here. Alright? So that should prevent them from throwing anywhere on that side over here, right? So we're gonna go back over it again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long. By 3 high, so 18 pieces, and then there's 1 over here that's over top of this. So it's 19 structures for the Lobber shield. We're then gonna look at every other place that the flingers can go, right? So flingers are pretty finicky and canny, and they can go very far away. So let's look at this, right? They can throw 9 tiles out. So say we walk this way, right? We go 9 tiles. They can't throw from over here. They can't throw from here. They have to walk over here, and they can't throw, so they would walk through the tunnel. So that's a no-go for them. They're not going to go there. All right. We're then going to come over here off to the right, right? We're going to walk over here, can't throw, can't throw, can't throw, can't throw. Oh, we walk over here, and magically there's a path towards the amplifier, and they'll throw right here, right? So we actually want to block that off a little bit because we don't want them throwing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a wall, a cone, facing the southeast. And I think that's really going to be it. You don't need much more than that, and they're not going to bother with this pathway. Now, if you were to walk all the way over here, drop off, and come over here, there's going to be 2 walls over here. They could, or they're not going to be 2 walls over there, but we're going to build those. And they're going to come right up here and throw at your amplifier. So we're going to build these 2 walls right here. So 1 wall, 2 walls, right? And now they can't walk up here. So congrats, we just blocked all the fingers pathways, and they're just going to go straight through our tunnel. So that's our flinger prevention right there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really means the world to me, and I'm glad to be making this type of content again that a lot of you guys that are in-game players will be able to use. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like. If you also enjoyed it, please leave a subscription on the channel. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me, and I can't thank you guys enough. I didn't see myself being here a few years ago before I was even doing content and just playing this game for fun. So thank you guys so much for that. It really means the world. If you would like to use my creator code, I mean, it just gives me a little bit of cash so I can spend it to upgrade my setup, basically, from your kickbacks from V-Bucks. So thank you guys for that, and I really appreciate all your support. Peace. There's going to be gameplay after this, by the way. So we're not done with the video, but yeah, let's go on to the gameplay.